What's up, guys? Tomas from Savage Zack here, and it's very obvious that we're into horror. We're into the creepy, we're into the macabre, we're into stuff that makes you fearful. So what we decided to do is ask a couple friends of ours what their biggest fear was. And we want to hear from you guys what your biggest fear is. So please, in the comments below, write them down. So, enjoy.
I am terrified of two things. I'm terrified of needles, and then the other fear that I have that's just really scary is drowning, the concept of drowning.
My biggest fear is any deterioration of the mind.
My biggest fear is being lost, which is kind of ironic because I could literally get lost in a paper bag.
My biggest fear is not being loved.
My biggest fear is pretty much anything having to do with or related to childbirth, fatherhood, child rearing.
It has to be specifically like medical grade needles, so not like piercing needles, but ones that like draw blood or give injections with.
Either in me or a family member. I think the idea of not knowing who's around me or what's around me just makes everything new, and you are never in your comfort zone.
Ever since I moved into a new area, which was 10 years ago, I still get lost 2 blocks away.
I think just like having that much emotion for somebody and not being like reciprocated back by like the people that I love most, I think scares the absolute bejesus out of me.
It could be anything from like someone trying to have me hold their kid. I'm afraid I'm going to drop it or hurt it or something unintentional.
So anytime I go to the hospital or anything like that, and even if it's like little tiny itty-bitty butterfly needles that they give kids, I literally will pass out.
You will never be in your comfort zone. You won't know anybody. You won't know where you are. You could be in your bed, you wake up and you go, where the fuck am I? I have no idea where I am.
I get lost anywhere I go that's foreign. I have to have a maps program on my phone. If I go to my hometown, which is a really big city, I have to be in my little area that I grew up in, otherwise I don't know anything around me.
I've passed out giving blood. I've passed out getting like injections in the leg or anything like that. I just can't handle it. If I see them in movies, I will get dizzy, faint, anything like that. It's just freaks me out. I can't be near them. I can't be around other people doing that. It's just, I can't, like talking about it again, it's making me itchy just thinking about it again.
I think that that's the worst thing that could ever happen to me, is just like not being loved by anybody.
The feeling of like uncertainty and unsafety, always. The flip side of that, seeing it in someone who is close to you. Because if you're with somebody and they don't know who you are, they probably consider you a threat. So no matter how much you care for this person or love for this person, you're just making it worse.
And if I don't know where I am, it is absolutely 100% terrifying, and I start getting panicky and I'll just break down and I have to pull over or stop what I'm doing and just collapse.
When I was a kid, I got sucked into Riptide, and it was probably the scariest thing that's ever happened to me.
If it's like someone I know, maybe it's a little bit easier, but strangers will get the fuck, no.
Being lost is just so terrifying, not knowing where you are in a spatial area, and it's just mind-boggling to be lost.
And just the concept of drowning is absolutely terrifying.
It is like more related to like fatherhood and pregnancy. Like what if it's not right?
The idea of being trapped underwater and having to claw your way out of the water and seeing the surface of the water being so close to you, being able to get your way out of it, but you can't because the harder you struggle to get to the surface of the water, but not being able to get there because you're struggling so much.
And you go, no, it's okay. Like we know each other. You're just scaring this person way more because they have no idea who you are, what you're doing, or where they are.
And that is the biggest terrorizing fear of not knowing where you are.
The idea of just drowning and it's awful. So that's my biggest fear.
The dementia or the loss of your mind, or I think that's fucked. Sweet dreams.
Ugh, can't do it.
And there you have it, guys. I want to thank every one of our friends that participated, and I want to thank you for commenting. Please like and subscribe and check back to see if your biggest fears come true. We here at Savage Zack want to wish you some sweet nightmares.